Do you ever start your day already feeling tired? Like knowing that your day doesn't truly belong to you. It belongs to your work. It belongs to your family. And you're living that life on repeat each day. It isn't that you're unhappy in your life. It just doesn't really feel like you're actually living it. You feel stuck. That instinctive provider in you means that you've lost a little bit of your identity. I've been there myself, and in fact, I'm probably still there now. But here's the thing, I've started to claim back that identity. And the surprising thing was that it only took small steps to go from feeling stuck to feeling like I'm taking huge strides forward. In this video, I want to talk about the foundations that I've been putting in place to help me make that shift. So my name's Steve, I'm 43 and I live just outside Aberdeenshire in Scotland. I have a demanding full-time job. I have a young family who, as much as I love, require a lot of support and a lot of attention. I work from home and there's no real time between finishing work and attending to my family to decompress. I don't have that commute anymore that I used to have once before. And so you kind of come out from work and immediately throw yourself into family life. And by the time you've put the kids to bed, there feels like there's no energy to do anything else, even if you've got the time. And lately it feels like that's just been running on repeat every day. I get up, I go to work, I spend time with my family, I go to sleep. And I've seldom been making time for myself to re-engage in the things that I used to do in the life that I had before I had a family. But I've come to a conclusion that I have to make that shift. I have to get out of this feeling of being stuck in a rut and give myself that time to actually engage in the things that make me who I am. And that might resonate with you and where you are in your life at the moment. So how do we shake off that feeling of being stuck? We do it by building momentum. As humans, we are conditioned to crave forward momentum rather than feeling like we're sitting static. Progress feels good. Progress is a sense of accomplishment. With that sense of movement that comes with momentum, it feels like we're actually working towards a destination or a goal. So how do we create this momentum? Well, first of all, we have to understand what is the destination we're trying to get to. That destination might be a goal that you have, or it could be reclaiming your identity back. An identity that extends beyond just who you are in terms of your job and your role as a spouse or a parent. So the first step we have to do is get a pen and a notepad and sit down, give ourselves some time to write down what are the things that we represent. Who am I? What are the things that I want to reclaim in my life? What are the things that I've had to sacrifice in order to pursue my career, to pursue having a family? The things that made me who I am. What are those things? It could be getting back into running. It could be spending time with your friends that you've spent more time with before you had a family. Perhaps it's starting something new. Perhaps you want to be creative. That's why I'm doing this now. This is why I'm sitting speaking to a camera. I want to create videos. So that's the great thing with this, is that you can reclaim an old identity or you can create a new one. The important thing is the fact that you are creating something that is for you. That could be learning a new skill. It could be trying a new sport or hobby that you've never tried before, but you've always thought would be really good to try. So writing down what is it that I want to introduce into my life or reintroduce into my life that's going to give me that sense of identity back, that's going to allow me to feel like I have some kind of purpose outside of my family and work commitments. Just the act of mapping out what exactly that destination is going to feel like momentum in itself, because you've actually allowed yourself that time to sit down and get this on paper, to actually think about how am I going to make this shift from feeling stuck. Because here's the thing about feeling stuck. You don't have to make huge strides forward in order to feel momentum. It can be baby steps. Just writing down exactly what you would like to achieve, where you would like to get to, is already one step forward from where you've been previously. It's as much about feeling like you're moving towards the destination as it is about arriving at the actual destination itself. A great example that we can use is, let's say that you've decided that you want to write a novel. You write 1 page per day. 1 page a day doesn't sound a lot, but if you were to write a page every day for a year, you would have 365 pages. That would be your novel finished. So you could spend 15 minutes each day writing 1 page of your novel. Just a small amount of time and effort every day can compound that momentum. It starts with writing 1 page, and fast forward a year, you've written an entire book. Okay, so let's say you've mapped out what it is you want to do. The next question you're probably going to ask yourself is, where do I find the time to actually do these things? I know it can be hard to find time, especially when you have all these other commitments, and there's lots of people that are demanding your time and your attention. And sometimes when you do think about prioritizing yourself, it can sometimes come with a tinge of guilt, especially when it's committing time to yourself over spending time with, say, your kids. But here's the truth. You keep showing up as a dad, as a spouse, but you can only be the best version of yourself by actually committing to putting yourself first, prioritizing your own mental well-being. We all need a break. We all need time to decompress. By allowing yourself this time to prioritize yourself, you're going to be showing up for others rejuvenated, not worn out with barely any energy to actually truly engage with those people. So I know a lot of you will ask, how am I going to find that time to prioritize myself? The hard truth is you have the same 24 hours in a day that everyone else has, but you live out each day through a series of choices, and the impact of those choices can compound over the course of the day. For example, how many times have you woken up in the morning and spent the first 10 minutes of your day in bed doom scrolling on your phone because you can't be bothered to get out of bed, as opposed to maybe getting out of bed and going and sticking your head outside for the first 10 minutes of your day and breathing in some fresh air? Which of those things do you think is going to set you up better for the day? Often one bad choice can lead to another bad choice, and before we know it, we're halfway through the day and we feel like we've achieved nothing. We can create time in our day through making the right choices, through replacing bad habits with good habits that are actually productive. And it's that feeling of being productive that leads to motivation. Motivation leads to momentum and shaking off that feeling of being stuck. So this video is your call to action. Spend half an hour tonight before you go to bed, not watching television, but with a pen and paper in a quiet room, maybe some nice music, and write down the things that you want to do that's going to help you regain your identity. Think about the choices that you can be making day to day that's going to enforce good habits over bad habits. Then make the time to prioritize yourself. Let me know in the comments if you're feeling stuck right now, if any of this video has resonated with you, or if you have been stuck in the past and you managed to find a way to get unstuck. Let me know in the comments what you've done. How have you managed to get from that feeling of being static to actually moving forward? I hope you have a good week. Join me in the next video where we're going to talk a little bit deeper on the compounding power of forging good habits. Until then, have a good one.